Welcome back to the Scorpio channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Scorpio. Know that energy is fluid, roles could be reversed. Just interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Also know on this channel and all my channels, I like to dive deep within the reading. So I do look at everything, but we take a lot more time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, see how they play those karmic themes to help you understand why your person's doing what they're doing. Very important when we're dealing with a person that creates a lot of illusions, wears masks. We feel one thing, they say something else, their words don't match their actions. So, again, they can be very triggering when you're dealing with any soulmate, really, but it's those past life karmic mates. So, the whole point in these readings is to help you really create awareness to show you how your trauma plays out within your relationships. We obviously or see what the person does and what they're going to do and what they obviously did do, but understanding that allows you to see see the situation through their perspective. Not saying that it's the right perception, but when a person is wounded, they're fragmented. So allowing you to see things from a different perspective, a higher perspective, really, through the lens of unconditional love, you can look at that person without judgment. You're able to deal with the person differently, and inevitably when you change the way that you deal with a person, you change the entire dynamic of the connection, which is what you want to do when you're dealing with a past life karmic mate. So anything of any importance or relevance to the channel, you can find in the description box, including the word of the video. You'll need that if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me. You'll also have to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and know that all readings that I do give away, they're done live. Also, I wanted to share again about social goats. For those of you that are interested in $25 coaching, we're launching May 1st. You can sign up now and you won't be charged until I think like May 1st or like a few days after. Anyway, what it is you won't just get my content, you'll get hundreds of other people's. Think of Mind Valley connects with Netflix, connects with YouTube. That's what this platform is. And it allows content creators to keep most of the proceeds, which is good because if you want us to give content all the time, we obviously can't work. We have to actually be doing content. And so if you really are someone like me that enjoys to do it, well, it allows me to be consistent. So again, signing up for the coaching, you can also get my Transforming Trauma podcast. My coaching is it's done with Oracle cards. It's group coaching with Oracle cards, and we do go over some healing modalities. I do put up a lot of free content, and you become part of the community. And that's just my page and my channel. There's hundreds of others and a lot of, other spiritual people. So if you're someone that likes to learn and needs to make money, there's even a way to make money. Or if you're a content creator yourself and you're looking for a platform, it's again the perfect platform. The link for that is in my description box too. Once you sign up underneath my link, you'll get your own link. Feel free to share it. That's how you'll make money. All right. Let's jump in and see what the energy is. The energy again, the underlining energy of what's happening, self-denying. Automatically, I feel like someone's connected to somebody else that they don't want to be connected to, and that they're denying themselves. We're going to go a little bit deeper to see why that would be. I feel like someone really wants to be with you. Someone really wants to talk to you. Someone really wants to be with you, but I feel like they made a wrong decision. Again, disgust. So again, The person is disgusted with themselves. They're afraid that you're disgusted with them. The karmic's disgusted with them. Like the energy is really like this person knows that everybody's disgusted with them, but if they move towards you, they're afraid that the karmic is going to go after you. If you go to them, they're afraid of that. It's like I said, so they're denying themselves. And in the fact that so much time is going by, this person is becoming more and more disgusted with themselves because they had many an opportunity to fix this, is the energy. And they see that somebody is watching them 24/7. I can only assume that is a karmic, and that karmic is disgusted because I feel like there's somebody that, first of all, they're really hurt. There's someone that's really hurt. There's someone that feels like they put their all into this connection, and like they know that the person that's connected to you is only a matter of time before they run to you. So that's why they're watching them. So there's this energy of your person's disgusted with themselves and disgusted with that karmic. The karmic's disgusted with them, and they're afraid you're disgusted with them. So they're not doing anything, but they're sad and they're imbalanced because they're stressed out. And they're stressed out because, again, I feel like they had many an opportunity. They had many an opportunity to fix it. So we can say, again, we're definitely going to see what this person is doing now. But I want to see also what your triggers were, like when you were dealing with this person. Upside down, you felt like you were living upside down without a way to straighten it out. Like, I feel like this person like gaslighted you a lot. I feel like they were trying to like juggle. They were trying to juggle you, and in that, they had to gaslight you and they had to manipulate you. I feel like they were holding on to somebody not because they wanted to, but like in fear of what they're going through now, like the consequences. I feel like this person wasn't honest with you. I feel like they said that they were either single or that they were just on their way out of a relationship, but they, again, weren't really. And then what wound up happening is this person, you just felt like you were always like in isolation with this person, like because they wouldn't bring you along. They didn't introduce you to their friends, their family, or anything. And so what would happen is that it would be like you would be sitting, waiting home, waiting for this person, or going out with other people, but never really, you're always waiting for that relationship to start, and there was always a weird sense of feeling alienated and not understanding why, because you're feeling that the person really has feelings for you, but then you're like, okay, but why aren't you introducing me to like your family? Why aren't you introducing me to your friends? Why are you hiding me? Again, not like making you feel isolated from everyone else in order to keep the illusion. The illusion is that this person was single. It's that this person wanted to be in a relationship with you while holding on to the other person. And in order to do that, they had to create the environment that would make you perceive that. And that would, I feel like this person was just going to be too nervous if they brought you around friends, like possibly that karmic knows all this person's friends. So like I said, and then when trying to talk about it with this person, like they wouldn't talk about it. Their way was to avoid the conversation, like, which is exactly what they were kind of doing in this connection with them and the karmic. There's clearly problems. They haven't been happy in a long time. They should leave. But it's like they're afraid to leave. Understand that karmic's going to be mad, they're going to be upset, but it shouldn't matter. At the end of the day, it's their life. So their way was to strategize to figure out how they could hold on to this person, but kind of not to be with them, but just so that like that they weren't abandoning that person almost. It was weird. And then to be with you, but not understanding that they would never really be giving you anything. Really. I mean, as long as karmic's there and they're, building with them or they have resources together and they've created together, what the hell do you want to be in that picture? And they knew that. And they knew that. And that's why this person, like I said, they avoid their problems and then just, I feel like, try to come back. And every time they came back, they were hoping that you would never bring it up again, bring up that person. And then they bring it up, and then you knew that karmic was still lingering by their response. And then you say, okay, well, what about us? And they would avoid it. Well, I can't really promise you anything. So they were expecting you to kind of like hold on to them while they like held on to the karmic, which is weird. And completely unfair. And completely unfair. As I pulled that, it was and it was unfair. It would be to be in a one-sided connection where this person's needs are getting met, but they're not really thinking about anybody else. And I feel like that's why that karmic is looking at them and they're just waiting for them to run. They know that they're going to run somewhere. They don't know where they're running to, but they're like, okay, you want things like over with me? Like you're not happy with me? Then I know what you're going to do. You're going to go to somebody else. And so in that, being that karmic is sitting there for so long, being like, I know that you're gonna go somewhere. So they just kept putting obstacles in this person's way. And those obstacles made it really difficult for this person to come towards you because they know that karmic is watching them. And so they're also actually protecting you in a weird way because it's like they know that they can, manipulate the situation and then make you look like the bad guy when really they know that the person your person, I'm going to call him, is really the one that doesn't want to be with them anymore. And so they can't control them, but what they'll do is they'll destroy your life. They'll come into your life and create havoc on your life. It's like that's their plan. And so even though this person was unfair, like right now, it's like they don't know how to like really, I feel like, come back from that situation because they weren't honest. They weren't honest with you. They avoided you. They manipulated you. They did everything except for come clean. And in that, it's like this person like now has put themselves in a position where unless they actually leave that karmic and set a boundary, like you're not going to be with them. You're not going to be with them. And unless that person, like your person, does that, that karmic's never really going to listen to them. It's like they're always going to say, well, you don't hold to your boundary. So you don't really mean it because that karmic is like, I've invested a lot of time here. It's like you're not going to use me and dispose of me and then go live happily ever after with somebody else. That's not going to happen. So in this, it's this person, like I said, just tried to accommodate this karmic and they weren't really thinking about your feelings. Yeah, the part of it is again the self-image. You have to say, well, why? Why didn't they? Well, they were connected to status, to money, so again, looking like the bad guy, leaving this person that has put so much time and energy and effort into them that to the point that they're not even attracted to that person because that person doesn't even have an identity. Their identity is your person, and your person doesn't want to be with them. So a lot is, again, what it looks like, how horrible, what a horrible person they are is if they left. And so they're self-denying themselves mainly because of that. So again, and the illusion that their life is okay, that look, that they are focused on other things, and those other things may be their money or again their status or whatever it is, but it's not it's not about that karmic person. It's more about the lifestyle. It's about who they are as a unit in the community because of the illusion that that karmic created. And that karmic created it because, hey, they knew all along that this person really didn't have that deep love and passion for them. You know, maybe there was lust in the beginning, but that ended really fast. And so this karmic is like, I've, created this entire relationship. This is my identity. This is my status. This is so they don't want this person to leave. They don't really care that they're in love with somebody else, which is kind of like messed up. And your person gets convinced too. Again, well, your self-image, I'm going to ruin your name. I'm going to ruin your reputation. So your person battled with that illusion. So, I feel like that karmic convinced this person to be like, well, you can like go off with someone here and there, just don't give them anything. Because that karmic doesn't care about the love, the emotional connection. That's been gone a long time ago because this person betrays a lot of people, has betrayed them a long time ago with running around with other people. They just happen to have a connection to you. They just have this awareness that you're their person in the midst of doing that. So, of course, the karmic is like, gonna do everything to manipulate this person to hold on to them, where it's almost like I believe that that karmic made it like you were putting yourself in competition like with them, like they told them hold back, don't give them don't give them anything, like gave them like this bad advice, and they took that advice and they held back from you, and they made it like into a competition where really there was never any competition. The karmic is in competition with you. It's just they're manipulating your person because they know that your person really isn't strong, and they'll be damned. They're not going to let this person leave them after they spent all this time creating a life and doing everything. So the real competition is not really with you and your person. Your person listen to bad advice. Listen to like they're not very smart. Somehow the karmic made it like you were being wrong for setting like boundaries, for asking for like what you deserve, when the karmic just doesn't want to lose their spot. So again, because it's all about the money. It's all about money matters, darling. And it is, again, for your person about like the family patterns, which is we stay together. It's like I'm bad if I leave, especially if I have children. It doesn't matter if I don't love. It's like I should be a good person. Like again, almost like a mothering type, which makes them feel better about themselves. And this is what the karmic keeps instilling in them. So, like this person that is connected to you, though they have feelings, they're not strong. And, that karmic, as long as that karmic's around them, they will not be strong. They will continue to tell them to create the illusions, because again, your person is fearful mainly because they're not strong within themselves, because they've been connected to that karmic for so long that they became codependent. That karmic had no other way to really, like when there's no love, the karmic just was like, let me do this, let me do that, let me do this, I'll do this, I'll do that. And so there began like this feeling of love and loyalty because of how much this karmic did, but there was never passion. There was never that, but there was loyalty, and like there should be loyalty, but it's again, there's a lot of manipulation by that karmic because this person has been beaten down and gaslit for so long that they thought that they were going to come into your life and to do the same thing. And really, it's like that's wasn't possible. Again, intimidated. Your person's intimidated by that karmic. And to be honest with you, they would be intimidated by you because I believe the karmic has made them perceive that. Oh, you can't be with them now. Like you took too long. Oh, you can't be with them now. You did too much already. You can't do it. Like again, really confusing this person and they're insecure on top of it. And they're fighting with their family values of we stay together. You do the right thing. You never leave your children, whatever that belief is, and that karmic is solidifying it, like knows that this person wants to be a good person, knows that they want to do right by the family. So they're going to use that in every way to manipulate and in actuality to almost manipulate this person into running to you so eventually that they could confront you because they want to get rid of you because they're like, I don't know who the hell this person is. I don't know who the hell this person is, but when I get my hands on them, I'm going to kill them. That's like the energy, like this karmic is like in rare form. And like again, whispering in your person's ear, almost like, well, maybe you should go and see this person and talk to them. And, at this point, because they want to get rid of you. And what they're saying is the more time that this person has held back and they're thinking of you the whole time, the more that this karmic is getting mad and they're like, they've tried everything, nothing is working. The next step is that and your person has to like break the old habit, and part of their habit is being codependent. Like they have to make a decision. They have to be that person that cuts that person off. They have to be the one that says, I want to be with you. What you see here is a person that is like hiding behind somebody that's toxic, that this person almost like that's connected to you doesn't love themselves enough to do it, so you have to watch out that they wouldn't expect you to play the same exact role that this karmic did because this karmic gave up their life, so they're a little bit too complacent here. If somebody really wants something, they go after it. They don't sit there and be manipulated with like unnecessary burdens. And I feel like there are no burdens. The karmic is threatening, is threatening, is threatening, is threatening. But at the end of the day, they can only do so much, and they have to make a decision. And what you're seeing here is that, but see, there's a past life connection between you and this person. So this karmic knows exactly who you are. They know exactly who you are because I believe that they are a past life connection, karmic mate, but you are their twin flame. And so this this karmic on a spiritual level is like knows exactly who you are and wants to get rid of you. And the thing is that this karmic feels like if they can ruin the trust between you and this person, fragmented, make it look a certain way, then you're gonna not trust your person and then you'll walk away. And I feel like what your person is actually doing is they're doing nothing. What they're doing is they're avoiding, and this is how they avoid it. And this is another family pattern that allows them to stay in a place of fear and stay connected to the money and allows you to be put in competition with this karmic without you even knowing that you're in competition with the karmic because you're not playing along, you're not doing anything. It's like that's what the problem is. If you would playing along, well, then the karmic feels that they could get rid of you. The fact that you're not doing anything and staying away from this person, and your person is holding on to you and not giving them anything and saying, okay, well, I'll let you like be gone, but I have one more trick up my sleeve, and waiting for this person to come towards you. Then this person knows, hey, all our eyes are on me. I'm not going to do that. I love this person. I already screwed up this connection. I'm not going to do it more. If I'm going to have any type of chance at all, I'm not going to. And who's to say that you would even give this person another chance? But we'll see exactly again what's going to happen, and we're going to see what type of relationship that this is, what they're feeling, what's happening. Okay, so we see again, I feel the chemistry between us. We need to trust that the energy we share will bring us back together. They still can feel you near them. That ESP through the heart and mind again is twin flame connection. Hello. Of course, they feel it, and they just feel like, well, somehow it'll get straightened out. I don't really know how. So they really feel like they botched the connection. However, if the connection is real, it'll work out. Love like ours can change the world. And that's what this person feels, because they're like, no matter what happens, no matter how much pressure this person puts on them, no matter how miserable, they would rather check out, drink themselves to death, or smoke themselves to death, and just let that karmic exhaust themselves. And that karmic knows exactly what they're doing, that they're holding back, and they figure, well, you're going to be the one that ends it with me. And that karmic is pissed, because they're like, I'm not going to end it with you. I know that the moment that I end it with you, you're running to someone else. Then your person tried a different angle, and the karmic was like, okay, fine, like we're going to go through with the separation, but they have another trick up their sleeve, and that your person is quite aware of this karmic. It's like, and they see exactly how manipulative that they are. So really the karmic is making this person like really become disgusted with them. As twin flames, we are here to ascend and help others to do the same. Again, like this connection is helping them get out of this connection. I'm praying you'll come back after everything that's happened between us. I worry that you won't forgive me and allow me another chance. So again, that person is fearful. But if this is a true connection, a real twin flame connection, you'll wind up taking this person back, because you'll see person was weak, they were a coward, but it was never that they didn't love you. They loved you. They just didn't know how to deal with this person. And we've been getting that a lot lately. Again, the situation is being caused by the both of us. Look at your own role in the situation to help us change it. So I feel like at one point the situation was caused by the both of you guys, but not so much now. I feel like, you know, you're like, you can still feel the oneness. So again, it's normal that during a connection that there's a lot of triggers and everyone contributes to like the separation. But really this person was expecting you, well, was not expecting anything. They were just expecting to hold back information that could have potentially really hurt you if you weren't keen to it. So it's again, that's the issue. It's not so much that this person never cared. Oh, they could act like they don't care even when they do, but that's because they're not as healed as they should be. And so, it's up to you. Now, no one needs to take a person back that did this, but if you feel as if you can't forgive this person, then you shouldn't take this person back, regardless of the connection. It's like, because the connection isn't what happens in the physical realm, and we're here in physical form to learn and to manifest. So if you feel that this person didn't learn, well, that's their karma. And spirit doesn't care whether you take this person back or not. cares whether or not the person learned the spiritual lesson. So if you again walk away because they played this game again and tried to manipulate the situation in the beginning because they were too cowardly to like really end that connection fully with that karmic, well then that's their karma. You say, I don't take you back, you ruined the trust, I can't see you any differently. Or again, if it's a real twin flame, though, a lot of times that's it, what happens is you're getting a person that portrays you in such a way that it awakens a lot of your past traumas, to awaken them in order for you to heal them. So I feel like this person not really being fair, like we have to look at that, and we have to look and see again about the manipulation and the gaslighting. See how you were raised. What are your inner child wounds? The inner child wounds could be again created from parents, siblings, teachers, anyone in the environment when you were growing up. So it's a trauma that you don't remember. It's subconscious now, and it comes out within the behaviorism. So we see again, why did you attract this person into your life? And it's due to that energetic vibration. You're a magnet of who and what comes into your life. So when you go through a traumatic experience, you hold that energetic imprint in your subconscious mind. And so it plays out, like I said, as a karmic theme. So we want to see, well, what is the karmic theme that continues to play out? Like within your connections, and it could be again abuse, like, and that could be psychological, it could be emotional, it could be physical. I'm really feeling most here in this story, it was psychological and emotional abuse because this person was manipulating and gaslighting a lot, and they were only caring about themselves, to the point that really it was damaging. It was abusive because they were putting you in a position to be vulnerable, and they weren't willing to do what they needed to do in order to protect you, being in a connection with them. If that would have happened now, they're not putting you in that position. But before, when this person like was connected to that karmic, and the karmic didn't know or was looking the other way, or there was a quiet space where that karmic wasn't aware of them talking to somebody, well then they were hiding everything, and at that point that karmic could have all of a sudden came into your life too and been a crazy person. you know, Now that they're aware that the karmic knows, now they're protecting you. But before, they did put you in a position, and that is like open to like abuse. It's abusive behavior. It's manipulative. It's selfish. And really, it can potentially damage your reputation, especially with the way that this karmic is. This karmic is angry. They're waiting. They feel like, how dare you? You're not going to take what's mine, like whoever you are. So dance, we see here, and I associate dance with going with the flow of life, the rhythm of life. Life is a dance. And so a lot of times I feel like is a gift, and it's because in this situation, especially because intuitively you knew, even though that this person's a twin flame, you knew, hey, you're not 100% giving yourself to me, you're holding back. I can tell by the conversations, they're very surface. I can tell by the excuses that you give me when I say, well, what can we get together for lunch? Can we do this? Can we do that? And I can tell by the way that you get annoyed. That you get annoyed when I ask too many questions. I can tell by the way that you avoid the conversation, and then you keep me in isolation from everyone. I could tell that there was someone there. Your intuition, and I know that this is abuse. inner inner authority. That's intuition. That's that knowing that I was saying, that the dance is that. So I feel like even though you grew up in abuse as a child, your intuition, your higher self, your claircognizance, your clairsentient is what got you into safety. Like you can feel, you can sense that the environment wasn't safe. And that could be my mother's in a bad mood, my father's in a bad mood, my mother came home drunk, my father came home drunk, you know, they're fighting. It could be anything, but you became overly sensitive. And that sensitivity was towards whether or not you were going to be in danger or not. And so I feel like you tapped into this person and you were like, I don't trust them. It brought up a lot of your emotional wounds. Again, made you overwhelmed, which is what this person wanted to do with all their gaslighting and manipulation. And really, we see very selfish energy. Them trying to get away from that karmic any which way that they can, and not, and yes, they had feelings for you, but in that it was all about them. They were never once thought. And again, disassociation, which happened from your abuse, and disassociation is detachment. So I feel like you still had detachment issues when you met this person because they're detached in order to stay with a karmic that they don't really want to be with, and then, to be disgusted, with themselves, they have to drink in order to deal with themselves, to deal with the environment, to deal with, again, the disconnection from you. Well, it keeps them in a very low vibration, which over time it doesn't feel good. So people detach, they disassociate. So when you see this person sitting there, that's exactly what they're doing. They're sitting there doing nothing. They're disassociated, detached. So when you don't feel them, the reason why is because they're suppressing their emotions. So again, this awakened wounds within inside of you of possibly growing up with an alcoholic parent or a parent that's avoidant, that to the point where it was traumatizing. You became so overwhelmed that you became detached. And then over time, you let your higher self take over. And that was through your intuition. But again, what we see here is, again, that kid is like this and kind of like hard, right? Like a little rebellish. And that's it became part of your energy to be able to go with the flow of life. 3, 4, 5, and one more we need to take, and one more neglect, you know, which is exactly what this person was doing. They were neglecting your needs, just like the abuse that you grew up in, that your needs weren't met. And it was all about what this person wanted. And that's why I said it awoke in that abuse, that trauma, where you did become disassociated. Because when somebody is a twin flame, there's so much passion, and if there's an innocence to love in the beginning, like you think that that person's perfect, you think that they could never hurt you, and all that this person did was do that, is like was hurt you. And so, in order to like save their status, in order to like save their self-image so that they wouldn't look like a bad person, in order to save somebody else's feelings. So, and again, that unfairness. Yeah, they realize it now and they're going to apologize for it, but they still did it. So it's a choice. And understand too that karmic has manipulated them for a really long time. And if you think that once you're in a relationship with them, that they're all of a sudden gonna stop manipulating, and your person's gonna like all of a sudden be able to set appropriate boundaries, you're wrong. It's like that's gonna take time and practice too. So they would be expecting you to deal with that. So it's all about them. And that's what I don't like about this connection. It's like it's not the fact that a person can't come back and apologize and really mean it and become somebody else. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying, however, is that, being around that type of person that you're so afraid to like be yourself, and because somebody is made you feel responsible. Well, again, they're not going to be too open when they aren't as attached to that karmic anymore either, to just like take on somebody else's energy, because it's not healthy. And once you become clean and free of that energy, you're going to want that. So normally then the person goes so far the opposite way, where at one point they were so codependent and needy, obviously, because of why aren't they letting go of that karmic? You know, how that karmic gets so stapled into their life without love. Well, through codependency. So it becomes a karmic contract. You don't want that. So again, this person has no idea what a balanced relationship is. And that's a problem. And that's why I feel like it would always be unfair. But does this person have feelings for you? Absolutely. Do they want to come back for you? Yes, they do. Are they sorry about how they treated you? Yes, they are. You have free will to choose what you want to do, and it's collective reading. But we can say, what are you supposed to be doing? Like, if your energy is going towards this person, then you're not fully creating yourself. Now, there's only so much time, energy, focus on money. And what we see here is that this person tends to be needy, they tend to be selfish. So, again, what wouldn't you be doing if you were with this person? Well, again, integrating your own, well, maybe again, balance the mind, body, and spirit. So integrating all facets of your healing. So, you know, it's funny because I said, what aren't you doing? And then spirit says, well, maybe you are supposed to be with this person because what they're teaching you is to integrate all parts of yourself. Because again, they brought up that wounding. But then it's also spirit saying it's not really one or the other. You can be with this person, but through balance, meaning date other people at the same time. Since they didn't really know what they want, understand you might not really know what you want either. So it's not one or the other, but date other people and also go into uncharted waters, evoke the curiosity to discover new aspects of of your life and life in general, to see actually what other opportunities are out there. So it's not saying, no, I don't want to date you because you did X, Y, Z. You can forgive this person and then figure out whether you want to be with them, but you got to date other people and really be in the world, grounded in the world, venture into the world with confidence so that you can really find your limitless potential, because really the only limits are the ones that you impose on yourself. I'm nervous that this person that isn't strong can impose those limitations onto yourself. But really, it's up to you whether you would allow that. And so Spirit's saying is, so it's again, you can be with this twin flame, but it would require you to rise above, meaning see beyond your immediate fears. And so that means look at everything through the lens of unconditional love, which is what a twin flame actually does. So you would have to actually, when if this person came back and you wanted to, and no one says you have to, but if it was a real twin flame and you really wanted to, it would be about stepping into forgiveness, which again, we're seeing rising above, we're seeing things beyond the immediate fears. So that we're elevating the perception through the lens of unconditional love. So again, forgiveness, vulnerability, all those things that you were taught were not safe in your childhood. That's what this person represents, where Spirit's saying, they're not in charge. You're in charge. And so you have to be strong within yourself. And that's not really the easiest thing to do, especially if you're trying to like be on your path. But Spirit says the whole point is realizing that you are divinely protected. All right. So looks like my internet is being wobbly lately. I don't know what's going on with it. So I'm going to pull one more card to end this reading because, like I said, it's a collective reading. Some of you will take this person back, some of you won't take this person back, but Spirit says this connection is to help you transform. Understand that. Transmute those inner childhood wounds. That's what the twin flame connection does. So again, it's a hard connection. It's like because you do have this passion and unconditional love for the person. However, they ruin the connection. So that fantasy element of the twin flame is like completely shattered because you know that this person can hurt you. They did hurt you, but they also know that you can hurt them. So them actually coming back and surrendering their ego is actually helping them to transform their spiritual blocks where at one time they weren't allowed to be vulnerable. So understand you and everyone really, but you right now are constantly evolving to improve inwardly by working on your weaknesses and refining your strengths, which is what the twin flame journey does. That's why it's hard. Life ensures you to be presented with situations and people that will help you learn and grow, and that you are aware of your progress and you open your wings to light. And that's what Spirit's saying. It's like this person came into your life to help you transform. Whether you stay with them or not is irrelevant because you've already transformed a lot. But if you stay with them now, you will continue to like evolve even more, Spirit says. And for right now, it's like you're gonna like look closer, like you're gonna read between the lines with this person. It's like you're gonna be careful. That's really like what it comes down to. It's that this is what Spirit's saying. If you want to really know what you're doing, as far as right now, no, you're not gonna let this person back into your life. But eventually, I feel like this person is still going to try and come back in with love and romance and affection. Um, Part of them is like trying to get enough resources to become and also become more grounded because they have a lot of anxiety with approaching you. But in this story, I feel like you're going to reject this person. You're not gonna take this person back. You're like, and the reason why is because of everything that they did, and it's their karma. That is their karma. But like I said, this is a collective reading. So some of you guys will and some of you guys won't. But like I said, in this story, no, because they brought up your childhood wounds. It was very painful. You healed yourself. You're over this person. And there's a part of you that's like, I don't want to be in a relationship where I have to read between the lines and get back together. You already showed me who you are. You already helped me transform what I needed to transform. Thank you very much. I recognize who you are, but no, thank you. You want an easier relationship. And some of you guys are going to say the passion is so great and I have such a connection, though this person, drives me crazy. Like we heal, we grow, we laugh, we grow together, whatever your thing is. There's no right, there's no wrong. The whole point is to understand that some relationships, are going to bring harder lessons. This could have been a harder lesson. I feel like it's a hard lesson for the person that's connected to you, not so much you. And I feel like it's because you've healed. You've healed at the time that this person could have done something, they didn't. And so at the end of the day, they have to sit there with their choices. I'm going to leave that there. You let me know how you resonated. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.